Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. I've got some sheaths to show you here today. These 6 items are all going to the same gentleman named Dana out in Hawaii. And you guys may recognize the name and location of my client because not too long ago I did a project. It was actually 24 individual sheaths. So it was a huge thing. I tried to like breeze through them all and it still ended up being like a 25-minute video. So I'll try to keep this one brief. They're all very similar setups except for the hatchet here. So let's look at the fixed blades first. Now this collection here, I think you'd probably all recognize as being very similar to Fiddleback Forge. I'm not sure exactly what the connection is, but I do know that there is some kind of connection between Fiddleback and these brands. So this one is called the Warlander, and the other 4 are all from the same maker. I hope I'm not butchering this name, but Ocmugee or Ocmugee, something like that. Maker mark is an arrowhead with the letter K in it. So if anybody has a better idea, let me know. But I think the OK maybe is Oklahoma. Yeah, that's what see an OK inside that arrowhead. So anyway, somebody that knows more than me, please comment down below. Let us all in on this. So Dana asked me to set all 5 of these up on a tech lock with a pivot plate, and he gave me a little bit of freedom to select the color that would best match the handle. So let's go through these really quickly. We have chocolate brown to go with whatever wood this handle is. I think this is a beautiful handle. Just gorgeous vibrant blue seams and pins in whatever, I'm assuming some kind of burl for the handle. But yeah, I love this handle. This is gorgeous. Down here we have blood red Cryptek to go with whatever this handle is. I assume G10. We've got battleship gray, or actually I think this is gunmetal gray Cryptek to go with this handle. Goes nicely. Cryptek altitude with this one. And Riptile Night Stalker to go with this one. So there we go. All of them have a very similar fit on them. Some of them are slightly ballistic, some of them are not. And some of them don't have a click in, and that's due to the really smooth nature of the handle scale. So when you have a really smooth scale without any kind of drastic contour on it, you tend not to get the click as much, but you can definitely still feel a good friction fit. The retention is excellent, it's not going anywhere, and the draw is nice and smooth. I'll give you a quick preview of the draw on all 5 of them real quick. Got a good click on this one. There you go. Now as for the carry setup, I do have, you guys can see this kind of translucent plate back here. This is the new pivot plate. So this is the first customer project I'm actually including this on, but moving forward you're going to see this a lot more. And there will be exceptions where this is not the solution, but I think for the most part this is the way we're going to be going from here forward. This is actually an idea that my machinist came up with. You guys know I've been doing a lot of stuff with CAD and molds and CNC and all that. Well, the guy that does my CNC work had come up with the idea of using polycarbonate as the pivot plate rather than a tech lock, or rather than Kydex. And I had started to kind of try to go into aluminum for that, but we discovered it would be really expensive and I'd have to really jack the price up on my pivot plates. And so he thought of the idea of using polycarbonate. Now this stuff is really rugged. It's used in race car windshields. It's used in bulletproof glass. It's a lot stronger than Kydex, but it still has a little bit of flex to it. So you can see I am able to flex it. It does take quite a bit of force to do it, but able to flex it. And it obviously works really nicely. So just giving you a look at how this comes to me. It's basically just the square with some milled holes in the corners here, and then the milled slots in the pivot point. So it's very simple apparatus, but it gets the job done really nicely. And a couple of features about this that I like are that the proximity of the mounting holes to the curved slots can be a lot tighter with something like this than it can with a piece of Kydex that's been molded the way that I've been doing. It also allows for 4 mounting points if you so happen to have a blade that fits in between. So on a pancake style sheath, for instance, it might be up to 4 mounting points that I can offer with this thing, which makes it really incredibly stable. So I'm really quite pleased with this, and I hope you guys like this idea as well. But this is going to work out really nicely. So moving forward, you'll be seeing this a lot on my channel. So all of them have that exact same carry setup. It is by default ambidextrous, so you don't have to worry about having a second mounting plate. That was another thing that the Kydex option tends not to offer, is ambidexterity. So usually I'd end up having to make 2 plates for 1 sheath. So this kind of solves that issue as well. But all right, guys, that's pretty much it as far as the fixed blades go. Let me know if you have any comments. Excuse me, comments or questions on that. I'd love your opinions down below. And just so you know, the clear plates, the clear polycarbonate is one option. Another option is like a smoky gray, and I think we're going to be trying to do most of it in that darker color because I think that's probably going to fit with the sheaths a lot better. So we'll see once I have those in hand and can compare them directly, but I believe that's the route we're going to be going. All right, so last thing I'll show you here is this hatchet sheath. Now this is obviously leather over Kydex. I think this came out really nice. I love doing leather over Kydex, guys. In my opinion, it is one of the nicest options. It gives you all the comfort and the aesthetics of leather, but it gives you the functionality of a Kydex sheath, meaning you still have that rigid hard shell protecting your blade, but you also have just the exterior being leather is what you actually interface with from the outside. So it's really nice. It's very pleasing to the eye, and I think it gives it just a beautiful look. I also included some integral stitching. This is with tan thread going through there, and black paracord handle wrap. Now this is a not handle wrap, just a paracord handle. This is what I would call a double snake knot. It's basically 2 strands running along and a snake knot enclosing them. So it's nice and thick, and it's a good rounded feel. So there you go. How you want to break this free from the sheath is simply to put some pressure on it and pop the head out the bottom of the sheath, like so. It does break free quite easily, but at the same time, the retention is sufficient to hold that in there. So it's a really nice combination of easy draw, but also sufficient retention. It does not have any kind of carry setup on it, so it's just this. I assume it'll probably mostly just be riding inside a backpack or something like that. And when you want it, obviously just pull it out and pop it free. So there you go. All right, guys, that is all I've got for you. If you have any comments you want to leave down below about which of these is your favorite or why, I'd love to hear that. I'd love to hear more about these brands. So we've got the Warlander, we've got the Ocmugee Forge, and we have Kerasuandokniven. I don't know anything about any of these companies really, other than that the knives all have some kind of connection to Fiddleback. And I love Fiddleback, by the way. But yeah, let me know in the comments down below if you've got any experience with these and what that experience is. All right, guys, that's all I got for you guys. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Stick around for the next one. God bless.